as they do get the ultimate off. A three-person torrent, but where's the damage? They don't have anything left in the tank right now from Infamous as Stinger manages to heal back up.
The short TV from Sneyking too.
And they're all away. The
level 1 D-Gen.
Want to take down Chris Luck. Stinger's still dodging around YawaR. Pops the rage to find the kill. But in the end, it's kind of just a weird little trade-off there.
If you take that much time and that ends up saving your Kunkka, you are completely fine with that, I am sure, as the Oracle player. And in that time period, I believe the net worth lead for Newbee actually dropped.
Yeah.
He had Wisper just to rotate bomb for some farm. Hector was farming up there too after the Omni Slash, so.
Well, and the other big thing is Newbee kind of playing off of their ulti timings here, and GA on cooldown for another 2 minutes.
Still the sanities though, with the Veil. This guy's terrifying. They are lacking the save department there in terms of like that instant sort of save, right? Just because you do have the ET. I wouldn't mind MSS maybe getting a Force Staff too, because I think they could really use a Force Staff on the side of Newbee, but I know MSS wants to go in for that damage.
Well, Scofield scouting out all of Newbee, the spin, and then the TP away from Hector. Does not want to take part in this anymore.
Yeah, but him leaving just completely ditches Scofield. Like, there's no concern of, all right, well, if he TP'd out, they're probably not fighting us.
Yeah.
I think we could take our free pick off here. In the bottom, CCnC getting very aggressive onto Wisper.
Now, Stinger is nearby to keep him alive and does have the TP away. The Astra already being used. Whisper's out of there. Giving his appreciation to the team.
Yeah, he's got to play a few more games, get the all chat lines. I'm sure if he had those, we'd never hear the end of them. And sneaky TP out there from Stinger too, doesn't want to go down again.
So still sitting at about this 2,000 to 3,000 gold lead for Newbee. I think have to be feeling a little bit better about this game, certainly than they did last one. As Pi is holding on to this Haster nearby. We'll see if they want to make something happen with it. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, Hector with the Maelstrom completed. They spot by Sneyking. The ward dropped, immediately taken away.
That always feels good.
Might have been A-clicking for the other camp and just happened to get it.
Yeah, Hector doesn't have the TP quite at the moment, so had they gone in there, it could have been a bit hazardous for him, but he now has the spin TP back up, so very unlikely they can take him down, which is just something we're just be seeing the entire game. You know, the Lifestealer and the Juggernaut. It should give them pretty free reign to farm across the map here. Even when Hector's in such a dangerous looking spot, he has to essentially get shackled in order for the chain stun to occur. And even after shackle, what's the follow-up that he can't dodge, right? Like if you go into a sleep, the second the sleep is broken, he's just going to spin TP. So you got to make sure you get all kinds of damage in that shackle.
True enough. Chris.
All right, MSS is going to get the deny.
This one's easy.
What if he torrents MSS though?
He tries.
I appreciate the effort, but MSS gives him the kiss. And see you later.
So things to keep our eyes on in this game. We've got the armlet already done on the Lifestealer with the Midas, but we talked about now going into the Radiance afterwards, giving him that late game scalability. On the other side, you've kind of got this Kunkka that's gone for a more mid-gamey oriented build with the Halberd early, obviously amazing against the OD, as Stinger is just going to get run down here. But it does sort of raise some questions. The other ones we've seen have been the Radiance build that takes him to the later stages. Does look like Oro lives through that one, virtue of the False Promise. But you can see now that Infamous trying to gear up for that late game as they finish off the Hand of Midas for Wisper. And Highlight Die jumped on, Kale comes out, Shackle onto two. Well played by the Wind Ranger. Can they find any more? They managed to get the Bruce Split off though. Maybe a chance for a turn here for the fight, or maybe just a runaway. It looks like Infamous want to escape. They lift up the Omni Knight, keep him out of the engagement, and well, with that, Newbee realized we don't want to go without our Omni.
Really hard to like fully commit for kills right now from either lineup. And you can see that in the itemization of CCnC, who was thinking about that Scythe right after, so some good blink initiation there. But yeah, you were mentioning going back towards the Radiance here, is they're probably feeling good about this game. It can often be difficult to read like exactly what position you're in relative to the enemy team, but considering the way that YawaR's been farming, I'm sure he feels like, yeah, I got a really good game here, guys. I can get up to that Radiance. I can really do a lot of damage in these team fights. And gonna try and maybe get over that hump of the BKB from Chris Luck, because he's gonna be very scary when that comes out right on the Kunkka. He's gonna have a lot of opportunity to turn these team fights and turn the tide in their favor, trying to halberd CCnC as much as he can. And then just kind of waltzing on through there with the BKB, maybe trying to force a bad sanities or bad shackles, etc.
Well, and oftentimes what goes hand in hand with that vision, or rather the lockdown is also the vision to find that lockdown, and that feels like it's going to be so important because obviously if you can get the halberd off on CCnC before he gets his BKB off eventually, makes all the difference in the world. You just end up wasting your BKB.
Yeah, and they have 2 different tools on each team, right? We got the Spirit on the side of Newbee, and then you've got the Invis on the Nyx Assassin there to try and provide those moments either for that Blink Scythe that comes out from CCnC or that initial initiation out of Infamous.
And you know, a lot of people probably coming into this, they're looking at this matchup. Some might not have watched in a while. They're thinking Newbee, China team, you know, and then obviously South American team against each other. But this is actually kind of an intra-regional matchup that we've got going here. And things get super weird when that happens because these players, they play against each other all the time. And that's why you're seeing so much chat wheel spam. And you can see the
that's
very
actually
unique
his
face.
standard playing style.
That's just
for
what CCnC does.
Usually what he looks like. He tries to emulate, you know, that like screaming bubble in the Dota TV? That's basically CCnC all the time.
I love that. But yeah, this is often what happens in these matchups is you kind of anticipate the movements because you play against these players so often in pub matches or what have you, and then things get funky. Hector gonna run into CCnC now.
That's the Solar Crest though, because when you're playing as an OD, the thing you always want is attack speed buffers if you can, right?
Oh, splitter, that was nice.
Yeah, so that makes it so he can't TP right there.
And we'll be able to still finish the TP out, but really heads up play from Hector not to just spin TP immediately.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the map, though, they did get another kill between YawaR and MSS. They catch that scouting Nyx Assassin, so the damage build so far from MSS working out there with the Javelin to help secure that one for YawaR with his Radiance, and man, he's already on his way towards that AC too.
Monster. Getting up there.
Yeah, and Hector just can't get enough of those javelins. He wants another one. I got a Mjolnir, pop another one in my inventory. I'm gonna go for that MKB. Makes sense, right? Like at first versus the Wind Ranger, it's like, it's just the support, but once the Radiance comes out, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get some good value out of this. Plus, it's a high damage item anyway.
They do manage to find the X Torrent onto CCnC. The pullback comes that much quicker. But because of the status resistance coming from the Heavenly Grace, they're going to back out. Again, YawaR takes down the tier 1 tower up in the top lane.
It's raid boss CCnC mode, right?
Pretty much.
He reveals his exact item plan, though. He buys the Mystic Staff and the Void Stone, so if they had any doubts if they want some Lincoln Spheres or not, they know now.
Definitely.
But you pop the Solar Crest on him, put the Heavenly Grace on him, it's going to be very difficult to do very much to him at all.
Nice blink away from CCnC, anticipating.
They want to pick.
Easy.
They don't want to let Stinger just freely push his way through here.
He knew the spot.
Yeah.
Stinger.
Use of the Observer Ward there made that pretty free for him.
I like that. And the rotation coming from Scofield, but Newbee again going to back out, make sure they don't get caught out of position, and just playing around that vision consistently well.
Scofield had the Force Staff if he really wanted it, but didn't see a good moment.
8-11 with a 4,000 gold lead. Slow and steady rolls the tide. That's a conga line. Maybe it's something from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't really know. But
thank you.
We're getting closer to those 25-minute bounty rooms.
I always appreciate the Dota lore.
Can they find him here? MSS.
And that courier is flying for that site. And it's going to be ready for that 25-minute bounty room fight. That courier's got to hurry, though. It's like that short film.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not going to be there quite in time, but it doesn't look like there'll be a contest anyway.
Also doesn't have a rapier on it.
True.
Which is a different thing. So yeah, they'll trade off 2 apiece, it looks like. Another round of it. Hector going to get the TP away. And this is really going to be a continual problem for both teams. Is how do you deal with this just spin TP away or rage TP away? It feels like it has to be that catch them out beforehand with the Hex that we now see.
Yeah, you see Hex and you're like, well, that doesn't go through BKB. But, of course, it gives you way more time, and that's an additional follow-up to the Shackle.
And the catch going to be there as Crick's luck is going to go down. The full team, the exception of Highlight Die, who's maybe ready to throw his life away again in the mid lane.
He draws the line. He says, guys, you go. I'll head mid. Maybe we'll connect. Maybe we won't. I'll see what happens. Possibly I'll be directing from the grave, but maybe he prefers that, right?
That's a possibility.
Hey, he's only got 2 deaths this game. We got to give it up to Pi, right? Not feeding nearly as much in the early game as the previous match. And as the curse comes out there, it looks like Sneyking is close enough to dissuade Scofield from cursing my words.
Oh, it's a little bit scary here. Scofield, I mean, they're only 4 on 5 right now. They will get the Quelling Blade takedown of the Sentry Ward.
Yeah, but pieliedie, he's going for it again.
He finishes it off there. Nicely done. Hector, in the meantime, pushing up top with a catapult wave. Already going to take down that
MSS mid
tower.
lane. Wants the shackle.
Looking for it. Going to be able to get the force staff to keep him away. YawaR onto one. They have the primal split afterwards if they need to use it.
CCnC is too far away for the follow-up. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Hector, he wants to abuse the spin TP. Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Well, that makes it difficult to abuse that.
Well, he's going to head back now and just run the other direction.
Yeah, so no free damage on that tier 3.
He does have the courier coming out afterwards, though. So can't
And look what is upon it, of course.
These things happen. They're the best of us.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Or the worst of us.
Well, yeah, that is
that's
more often to those people.
Yeah.
But it's a full MKB done right now for the Juggernaut, who's managed to keep up with the farm of the other two, CCnC and YawaR. And YawaR quietly having a very, very nice game here on this Lifestealer.
Very quietly. You know, just 7 kills. Just shows up and takes a few and waltzes his way out of the fights. And now they have that bash too, right? We were talking about these answers that they needed for the spin TP.
And Chris Luck again caught. Do they have any save coming in from him? Looking for it. The disarm already there. And now he's used the Astral. Could have potentially, no, the Storm to turn it back around, but they're able to get the wake up afterwards because of the Astral damage. Now Scofield looking for the follow-up, trying to get out Sneyking. You're going to be able to get the Omni Slash off, just blows up high. Not necessarily the greatest of targets, but maybe they can turn onto the rest of them. The Torrent lands on a CCnC right as he's coming out of it, trying to walk away. The turnaround there with the Insanities. It's not going to be quite enough, though, as they find another hill, disarm, run away, but Wisper has him in his sight. Another round there of the Astral Imprisonment as they find themselves 3 dead from Infamous, but maybe they will find out CCnC. Not going to happen. They catch Wisper and they kill him as well.
Very nicely played from Newbee there. A messy fight coming out there and all kinds of lines being drawn from both teams. It looks like Stinger has something to say to the team after that one. Hanging stuff out here, drawing some lines, maybe not happy with the way that wraparound went for them.
No, definitely not. And now the Aegis gonna be into the hand of Newbies, who have taken a firm grip on this game.
That pieliedie, that stomp though that you pointed out, absolutely massive to give that fight to them. And CCnC, he smells blood in the water. He says, anyone coming? Anyone want a sight? Come to Papa.
He's chasing. Torrent's still gonna land. But CCnC not stopped in the least bit. And again, that timing on the Astral coming back off cooldown for CCnC, which allowed him to hide away from the Omni Slash.
And now some scary moments here too, right? That blink shackle from MSS, the blink sight, a single step out of position here, and you're gonna lose a core hero here on Infamous. Buyback status for them, not too hot. Very far away for the Juggernaut. And yeah, MSS, as you can see there, one camp stack. Not his job this time, right? Oh, it's 2, 1, and 11, setting his fellow players up for success. And now they're gonna smoke up here with all this initiation on the side of Newbee.
Oh, they gotta be careful. They don't have Omni, they don't have Bruce Split, and Newbee have a whole lot of everything.
Radiant are scanning up ahead of themselves. They're not exactly sure where they're moving.
Behind enemy lines, Stinger gonna be the one left to die. And now the rest of Infamous going to try and evacuate the area, as it looks like they will manage to escape.
Oh, well, oh man. Okay, he did spin. MSS was coming in there. I don't know if he'd opt for the blink. MSS has the dust. Is he feeling it?
Well, he could be. Oh God, Scofield. Oh God, no, the courier spotted him. Now they walk by the other range. It's been dead war off. Oh no, they catch out the Nyx Assassin, and Scofield looking like he might go down, although Chris Luck may be here to save his buddy or at least find the kill on the pie. Okay. So they get one in return, and if as long as this Kunkka escapes, be some semblance, but no, they find the Jug up on the top side. The Banish comes out, but do they have anything for him afterwards? Well, Hector,
he doesn't have TP though.
He's saving it, saving the spin, just trying to run. Healing Ward already taken down, taking away that in as Sneyking runs in. Whisper, they drop the ultimate right onto his face, and now Wisper needing to run away as well. He is caught and gonna be under control. Even though the ulti's going, this man is gonna likely go in the grave afterwards, as this duration not gonna be enough. They're body blocking the Earth Panda. The next level play coming out as Infamous will lose their off laner to boot.
Tries to go for the big save play there, but CCnC catches them with the pickoff. All these item pickups from Newbee, exactly what they needed to try and shut down Hector and shut down this game plan from Infamous. Taking the early game, but then on top of that, squashing out this split push on the side, still holding that bottom tier 1 even.
And this is one of those moments too where there's so often, great gameplay from Infamous playing together, making the right moves, but it feels like in the last couple of minutes it's falling apart and everybody's trying to move individually.
Felt like that foursome effort that they have, their little quartet, didn't quite have it. All right, well, there's a Lincoln's.
Not bad, not bad. But chase forward now as they will kill off the next. Does have buyback, so they'll have the full roster in just about 10 seconds if they can hold out that long, which we'll see if Newbee want to go for another set of racks.
And not a lot of the game when you're down like 800 HP for YawaR. Missing quite a bit of his survivability. Go back, take the shrine, heal up a little bit, and then perhaps consider heading back towards the mid lane.
Yes, 12,000 net worth lead. Now the Wind Ranger has
the that's a core.
MSS is a monster.
And that is a ton of damage now. Solo kill potential.
You can see here the replay. Just building up that int already.
Yeah, let's see, 41 minus it. I'll take a few more here. And CCnC gets a calculator. Okay, he's got the mental map. He's not allowed with the calculator in there, you see.
You can see they're not that worried about it. Well, maybe, okay, maybe they are. It was a moment where he smiled, realized he got caught out. But Infamous still holding on in this game number 2. Newbee, an elimination match for them. They have to win this one if they want to keep their hopes of moving on with International alive.
Just about 40 seconds here left on the Aegis for YawaR, so don't want to do anything all too risky. You can see Infamous are pushing out some of these waves as well, scouting for Hector as they usually do. Scofield trying to keep an eye on who could be approaching from the rear. And a sentry placed down from pieliedie. It will spot Scofield. The MSS not nearby. CCnC is though.
Chasing, looking, Hex is out, and with that,
he's almost
gonna be one dead. Scofield is going to fall. Stinger tries to run away, does have the TP out, but is it gonna be broken in time? Can they get him? The Vanish comes out at the last second, and this Oracle 2 will die. As Infamous continue to lose one by one.
Chris Luck is here near MSS and Sneyking. All bash, nope, not gonna get it. Gets it on the creep right after, of course. And our Observer having to work extra hard here because they're going on players all over the map.
Down comes out as well as they have the control. Chris Luck, he's got Coco's rum, but is it gonna be enough? MSS just barreling into him over and over with the MKB procs, but Hector's shown up trying to keep his buddy alive. And with that, Newbee going to have to retreat afterwards, or just run forward a bit more, because why not? They got the chase down, Spin trying to run Hector.
Another
still under fire, the torrent lands there onto 2. And chase down more. Stomp, not quite gonna connect there onto the Juggernaut. They don't land the shackle, but Newbee, smelling blood, ready to go for it.
The torrents have been on point from Chris Luck right here. The rum, no hangover from that. He is hitting them all, but does escape here. Keeping their hopes of a high ground defense alive. Not sure if one of those two go down, they're going to be knocking at the mid door there.
And again, thinking about those buybacks, you do have it on the Kunkka and the Brewmaster, as well as the Oracle for Radiant. But at this point in time, if Jug dies, it's feeling very hard to hold your base. It does feel like Infamous kind of have decent-ish high ground. Like the Kunkka always feels pretty nice with X plays and then being able to pull people back.
They have massively upgraded on the side of Newbee now, though. That courier that died, it has now returned with a Lincoln Spear. They've picked up a gem. They've got the AC done for YawaR as well. So Newbee, I mean, they can wait a minute and a half for the potential Roche spawn. But I would be fine with them starting to move into Radiant territory and try to take a fight.
Yeah, making full use of that 13,000 net worth lead that Newbee have built up. You can see only 2,000 of that being the disparity between the bounty runes. The rest of it mainly off of kills, better farming. And now the big old wraparound coming. Sneyking and YawaR up front and center. And Scofield, again, trying to be that force in between them.
Yeah, they got a ward up on the high ground. It is pinged out there by our Kunkka, though. He knows.
Yeah. Out of the heroes not in base right now for Infamous, Brewmaster just picks up his TP, didn't have it a second ago, and they can go for the defensive plays. Rage going to be able to dodge away from that torrent. The pullback keeps the Kunkka alive. Scofield now trying to play intercept. Throwing out the Cinder Brew. Brisla goes in the shackle though, on the two. They don't have the save right now. Splitter coming through.
CCnC went bottom to try and catch Hector, but didn't get it in time.
And now he spins TPs away. Infamous looking for Newbee. Not quite in a position to catch them yet. YawaR turns off the Radiance so he won't get hit by the spike carapace. But Scofield still could try and free-hand and impale, but doesn't quite manage to get it. $13,000 net worth lead still going to be maintained by Newbee, and they're waiting for that next Roche, which is going to spawn in about 30 seconds. Relatively short timer.
Yeah, in favor of Newbee, say there, I think, considering the state they're in, the items that they've garnered over Infamous. And very collected play here from Newbee, not really dropping anyone alone, no one getting picked off. pieliedie only 4 deaths this time, which I think was the same as the first 5 minutes in the previous match. Keeping things nice and tight. And as Owie pointed out when he came out of the booth, just trying to play their own game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in.
Oh my god, jumps forward, finds the hex, spike carapace was out for the taunt, lands afterwards. CCnC still thinking about chasing. Rooted, but immediately taken off. Heavenly Grace and Newbee, as you said, very calm, very consistently reserved and not making an overextension.
Yeah, and Sneyking with the Agnes on that Omni Knight, very helpful.
Hector goes for the TP away, and oh no, he didn't get it in time! Dead for 80 seconds! Oh, he moved off to the left before he spun TP'd.
Is that what it was?
It looked like it.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the TP or the spin. Either way, something went wrong, right?
With that, it is now a very easy Roshan for Newbee. No chance of a contention at all. And Juggernaut still 1,600 gold away from buyback.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Nope.
The possibility of marching in the mid lane is there. They have the ever-present Guardian Angel now that Wisper is going to have to be concerned about because that thing is global on Sneyking. He has very short cast range on the Heavenly Grace, so he's going to have to be up and in the front lines there. Doesn't have an Aether Lens or a Blink Dagger, but with a pipe and a Solar Crest, I think he'll be fine.
Kunkka does have enough for the second Daedalus and then buyback, but or rather the second Daedalus, but no buyback at that point. So it seems like he's wanting to keep a hold of that gold just in case things get too testy.
MSS is looking for TP cancels, but he's going to have to force out Wisper's BKB. Oh, he didn't BKB!
And that Chris Luck into trouble. Sleep, chase away, BKB already out. They're fine for now, still running. There's the Torrent, catch up onto one. The rest of Newbee is not here, but they also have been able to control the brew as Wisper runs back home.
MSS just haunting, chasing him invis, cancel the TP as he obviously wasn't going to BKB. He had no idea he was there.
And the shackle lands. They do have the primal split afterwards if they want to use it. Wisper still trying to run and buy his team a little bit more time, but this Brewmaster is going to fall. Does have buyback.
Very nicely played there from MSS. Guarantees a simple fight inside the base. They didn't really gain too much more out of it, but easy stuff here so far for Newbee as Hector will return to the top lane, keep his push up where he died last time, and Newbee looking to finish this out with the Strangle.
The second Rack's going down, and YawaR can keep the pressure on, holding on to that Aegis, finishes off the Abyssal Blade. A lot of mana though, which is one problem.
That's what the Aegis is for.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So the buyback comes from the Brewmaster. CCnC going to be controlled. The Impale coming through on a 3, but there's no follow-up. Nothing else after the fact. They throw out the Taunt, but the Rage is there. The Sanity's Eclipse laid down from CCnC, killing off the Nyx Assassin. They buy back on him as well. So 2 buybacks so far. Hector's still controlled, but not too bad. Wisper going to get his ultimate off afterwards as CCnC gets healed back up again by that Omni Knight. MSS in the backlines throwing out those shackle shots. The Omni Slash bouncing back and forward, but the cheese comes from CCnC. Another Torrent with the lifted point simultaneously. YawaR is dropping somewhat low, but they managed to find that shackle again. A second round, and Hector going to die. No buyback at all. Newbee have done it as GG is called.